Here we are with the updated Mazda 6. Yes, I'm sick, but at least that sounds like 6, so that's a good thing. This is the updated Mazda 6 Wagon. I cannot believe we still even get this car here, and I'm so grateful for that. Thank you, Mazda.
Thank you, Mazda.
Doesn't mean that everything is amazing about this car, but hey, at least there's something that's not an SUV. We like that. Now, before we get into it, if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe. We do these reviews twice a week, even if we're close to death.
Don't worry, guys. He doesn't always sound like this.
If you guys need the absolute best car financing deals, click the link in the description or the pinned comment. Head to Driver. Driver are a fintech startup that is consumer focused. They are on your side. They will get you the best rates, personalized for you, pre-approved in under 2 minutes with zero impact to your credit score. Plus, through my link, you will get a $150 fuel card. Who doesn't love that?
I love it a lot.
I love that, and we trust them. So, you know, that's a pretty big plus. All right, Jacob, let's get into it. Okay, so let's talk about exterior changes. And unfortunately, there actually hasn't been very much. I think that's a bit disappointing because to me, it's looking a little bit long in the tooth. Like these headlights here, they're super functional, super bright. I like the daytime running light, but they're just older Mazda design.
They're minimal. They're Kodo.
And they're Kodo, but I like some of their new Kodo stuff, like on the CX-8. Those cool little L's. I don't know, not my favorite thing. The grille is super cool though, I love that. You've also got updated sensors here. So this Mazda badge is actually your radar. You've got a camera up there. This thing does have updated self-driving capabilities. We'll come back to that when we drive, but you can also read more about that on our website, CarSauce.com. But yeah, the grille is slightly revised, as is the bumper, but you're probably not gonna be able to tell just by looking at it. It's kind of hard.
Not really.
Let's check out the side. I love these 19-inch wheels here. They look really cool in this, what are they called? Titanium finish?
Looks like it.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's really cool. Wrapped in Bridgestone Turanza tires. They're okay, not the best. 20th anniversary badge here because we have the top spec. The whole range kicks off at under 40,000 Australian dollars for the sedan, which is awesome. You add $2,000 if you want the wagon. And this one here is the top of the line. It is the 20th anniversary edition. Comes with a whole bunch of features on the inside, which I think you guys are gonna love. But that will set you back about 54 grand. Might sound like a lot, but you'll see, you actually get a lot. So quite impressive.
It's actually cheaper than a Sonata N-Line.
It is cheaper than a Sonata Airline. This thing's pretty much biggest competitor in Australia, despite being a sedan. Here you have a 360 camera, Jacob.
Bloody oath.
Yeah, it's got to be a really bad. It's got to be one of the worst I've seen.
Even worse than your voice.
Nothing can top that, to be honest.
I've already stopped watching the video, to be honest.
Had to think about that one. Keyless entry and go. That's pretty cool. Got roof rails up here. No tinted glass from the factory, which is very strange at this price point, especially. The wheelbase of the wagon is actually 8 centimeters less than that of the sedan. So really interesting. Usually you would never see that, but that means that this thing is actually the better car on road. It's more agile. How funny is that? Plus it's more practical, plus it looks better. I would go for the wagon.
Why wouldn't you go for the wagon?
Why wouldn't you go for a wagon? You'd have to be real sedan nuts to get the sedan. Let's check out the back. And then coming to the boom of the Mazda 6. Tail lights, I mean, to me, they look exactly the same. I'm pretty sure they are. They do have nice LEDs in them though, so I can't complain too much. You've got the Sky Active Turbo badge because this thing has an awesome engine. You guys will see that. You've also got the Mazda 6 badge over there and a nice bumper. So one of the big changes actually for the Mazda 6, I forgot to mention, is actually this color here. It's called Artisan Red. It's one of those really special paints that only Mazda does. A lot of effort goes into them. Kind of like the Soul Crystal Red we had on the Mazda MX-5. It's like a really intricate paint, so you don't want to damage it because it's quite hard to color match outside of the factory. But how cool is it?
I think it looks amazing.
Looks amazing. Like just completely changes whether it's in the sun or not. There's also a white, rhodium white, something like that. And that is a really nice, I don't know how to describe
white.
it. Yeah, it's like a deep white. You can see the little flakes within it. Very cool.
It's a handsome looking car.
It's a handsome looking car, very elegant. Let's check out the interior. Alrighty, so coming on to the interior, again, sorry about my voice, but don't be sorry about this interior because this has the tan interior. It's standard here on the 20th anniversary. So what do you get? You get these amazing Napa leather seats. They feel so comfortable, really, really supportive. Got the 20th anniversary badge up there, just so you don't forget. Actually, it feels really special. You've also got this suede dotted around the interior, soft touch material dotted around. This is a, I would say, luxury place to sit, but it doesn't really have a luxury car price tag.
Not at all, actually.
No.
No.
About a mid-spec Golf at this point.
But it feels like the Arteon
Feels really nice. Steering wheel is awesome. The digital instrument cluster is very average. It doesn't show a huge amount of information, but hey, at least it's sharp, color accurate. It looks pretty good. You've also got this infotainment display. This does feel old. It has been updated though now, guys. They have wireless Apple CarPlay, but the screen itself is quite slow. It is a touchscreen until you start to move. Anything over like 1 kilometer an hour, it completely locks. You have to use this little controller down here, which is fine. It's a bit more cumbersome though.
I think we're going to complain about this with every Mazda product for a while.
Well, then they should fix it.
Yeah, maybe they should.
There's an idea. They do it for safety, but honestly, I think it's safer sometimes to press rather than, you know, I don't know. You have to take your eyes off the road anyway. This shifter is like surprisingly nice, so that gets a mention. You've also got a sport button here, wireless charger up front. Practicality is awesome with felt line glove box here. You've got a little storage area under here. They gave us Mentos, therefore we give them a good review. It's not how it works, guys. Couple of cup holders there. Also under here, you get a more storage space with 2 USB ports, auxiliary port, and a 12-volt socket.
Very nice.
I sound like death. You've also got fake wood here, which is okay. I am very disappointed though by this tiny sunroof. The back seats feel a mixture of extremely luxurious and a little bit compromised for my liking. Leg space is like almost nothing. I'm 5'11". Anything 6 foot and above, you're gonna be like that with the driver. This is my normal driving position. You can compromise, but who wants to do that? Tow room is really not good either, and headroom is pretty good. It's fine. Quality of materials though is fantastic. Got the same Napa leather seats in the back. Check this out, Jacob. Pull this armrest down. Couple of cup holders. Also heated seats controls. You've also got a little flip up area there that's felt lined with 2 USB-A ports, so that's actually quite impressive. You've also got a couple of air vents here and some really nice feeling mat pockets. It's just a shame about the space. Really, a Toyota Camry would have more space in the back, or the Sonata N-Line. A lot of cars. I guess this platform is just feeling a little bit long in the tooth now. Not only do wagons have sex appeal, we all need that, it has more space. Look at this. Manual tailgate, who really cares though? 507 litres of boot space. It's genuinely a huge amount of space. Under here, you get a space saver spare wheel. That's pretty good. You pull this lever, boom, folds down. You pull this one, boom, folds down. Now check this out, guys. Sorry, I thought I lost my hand. Yeah, there's a huge amount of space in there. Love wagons. It's more practical than the sedan, yet it has a shorter wheelbase. Jacob, let's discuss the engine specs. Now, with the Mazda 6, it has an option of 2 engines for the first 3 grades. Starting from the Sport, you get a 2.5 litre 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine. It's a pretty decent engine. You do have to rev it out to get a lot of power, but it does get there in the end. But if you get the 3 highest grades, including of course the top, the 20th anniversary edition, then you get this, a 2.5 litre turbo petrol engine. So it's the same engine essentially strapped on with a turbo. Pumps out 173 kilowatt of power, which is 3 kilowatt more than it was pre-facelift.
Progress.
And the same amount of torque, 420 Newton meters of torque. That is a huge amount of torque.
And you can tell.
And you can tell. You can also tell because it does send power exclusively through the front wheels through an open diff. So it does like to scramble for traction, just like the Sonata N-Line, which has even more power. And then all that power goes through a 6-speed torque converter automatic. Jacob.
It's a great transmission.
Great transmission. Let's test it out and launch it. Okay, now we're gonna launch it. We're gonna put the car into sport mode, brake boost it. Here we go.
Fighting the brakes. Ooh.
Come on, baby. This thing's fast. 0 to 100 in 8.09 seconds. I thought it'd be faster.
I'm glad we did it before the corner.
That felt fast though. Oh, alrighty.
Bro, you need to get your stuff sorted out, all right?
Why am I even doing this?
I should be the one talking. In fact, let me talk. The driving experience of the Mazda 6 is simply exquisite.
Legitimately though, that
No, it is.
2.5 litre, 4-cylinder, turbo petrol engine.
Just shut up.
No, you shut up.
That 2 litre.
It is wonderful. Like genuinely, this thing
has torque for days.
so much torque. You can see Jacob holding on for dear life. He's trying to, but his hands are smoothened out by this material.
It's very luxurious. You cannot tell that it's not real suede, I have to say.
So they've actually made a couple of changes to the way that this thing drives. Now it has 3 kilowatt more power, of course. How wonderful is that?
Oh,
Can I just say, this is beautiful?
where are we?
Utopia. The other thing that they've changed is the handling feel. So they've changed the steering tune. They've also changed the throttle response. So the pedal,
Oh,
there you go. It's the issue with having an open diff. But the pedal, it's just more responsive now. We're not even in sport mode. Boop. Now we're in sport mode. Driving through this quaint little town who probably never heard such raucous notes.
I was just thinking that.
Oh, sounds awesome. So good.
That's really good.
This thing is like such a sleeper. You look at it and you think, wow, like dark red, tan interior, you know.
Bit of a grandpa spec.
Bit of a grandpa spec, which I love, by the way. But
You do love your SsangYong chairman.
they don't, like, you just don't realize the power output of this car. It is huge. It's comfortable too. There's no adaptive dampers, which on the one sense can be a bit of a shame, but they seem to have found a really good tune. Doesn't matter if you're going slower, faster, it seems to be extremely comfortable. A bit stiff, but that means that you can turn a corner.
It's not that much body roll. We love wagons, don't we?
We love wagons. It's the best of a sedan and an SUV, like,
But it's also, in this version, it's the shorter wheelbase.
yeah.
So you get better handling.
Look at this. Look at this. Now, there is a bit of understeer, and that's one of the issues with having an open differential. So unlike a limited slip differential, it can't modulate power very well between the wheels. It just kind of sends power to whichever wheel. And so, yeah, when you do, for example, we'll come to a stop. Let's turn off traction, which isn't a usual use case, but pretend it's wet.
Yeah.
It can't modulate that power very well.
No, you heard it slipping there.
Doesn't really hook up. A minor thing though, because no one's driving like this 99% of the time, but even if you are, it's an absolute riot.
It's fantastic.
Fantastic. Should we get into our final thoughts?
I think so.
Okay, so final thoughts on the updated Mazda 6. I really, really like this thing. Yes, it's feeling dated in some areas. The interior technology could definitely be a little bit better, but compared to a Hyundai Sonata N-Line, this thing feels way more mature and comfortable on the inside. Definitely doesn't have the same technology, but a lot of people, especially who are interested in one of these, probably don't care about that. This feels super refined, super premium. I love it, man. What do you think?
I agree with every word you just said. I think it's a super mature version of the Sonata N-Line.
Wagon or sedan?
Wagon for sure.
Wagon for sure.
Without a doubt.
Let us know what you guys think down in the comment section. Just below that like button, subscribe. If nothing else, that's a bit of morale for me. I'm gonna need it to pull through, I think.
Oh yeah.
Click over there to watch our Hyundai Sonata N-Line review. And if you wanna see a car that maybe I like a little bit more than that, click over there to watch the Volkswagen Arteon review. It's more expensive, but it's very cool. And if you click over there, you can get the absolute best financing deals for you. Ciao for now.
Bye-bye.